Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. It's time for a review of the New Politics album titled A Bad Girl in Harlem, led by the lead single Harlem. And Harlem is probably one of my favorite songs of the year so far, just because of its catchiness. It's grounded in rock, and really it's all over the place. I love the sample that goes around in the background, the go, go, go. Hey, it adds a ton of texture to this song. New Politics have always kind of been known for their like raw, in-your-face punk rock kind of music, and maybe not necessarily the punk in the music style itself, just their attitudes that they carry with them. They're from Denmark, Copenhagen, Denmark, to be a little bit more specific, and that's definitely addressed a couple of times on this record. Clearly in the track Goodbye Copenhagen, which is one of the best on the album in my opinion, it's talking about leaving and just coming to America and finding, I guess, success and life over here. New Politics were formed in 2009, and they were voted in like to play some festival. I'm not quite sure which one it was, but it was like before they were even an official band. Before they even had their final lineup, they were already being voted upon to like play like a concert or a festival. So that says something about their talent right there. And on their first album, which was released in 2010, you could really see the band's energy and attitude going into these tracks. They had several successful singles off of that album, including Yeah, Yeah, Yeah and Dignity. That's really what got me into the band right there, and I really enjoyed that first record. Now what's missing here on the second record is some of that in-your-face attitude. It's definitely still there on some tracks, but some of them just feel a little bit slower and just a totally different style. And that doesn't always turn out to be a bad thing. Overall, I'm really enjoying the mixture of vibes I'm getting from the record. The album opens up with Tonight You're Perfect, which is a song that really grew on me. I didn't like it the first time I heard it. It was released a little bit before the album came out. But Tonight You're Perfect is definitely a builder. I love the guitars once you actually get into the chorus and everything, and if you can get past their lead singer saying mama a whole bunch of times, then you're going to enjoy this track, I think, if you're a fan of the band or if you've liked any of their past stuff. Tonight You're Perfect speaks of, saying that you basically wanting a one-night stand. Let's fall in love, but only for the night. Berlin definitely stays true to their roots, more so, I guess, than some of the tracks on the record. Berlin is just kind of in your face. The chorus gets angsty. The lead singer's voice is just really powering through on this track. David Boyd definitely has a very interesting vocal approach. He raps sometimes, he just kind of sings at times, and a lot of times he's just belting it out. And so he's definitely multi-talented in that sense. And their guitarist, Soren Hansen, I hope I'm saying that right, definitely plays a lot of catchy riffs. Harlem has been the band's most successful single to date, charting as high as number 9 so far on the alternative songs chart. They had previously had a couple of top 20, top 30 hits, I believe, on the alternative songs. Now Harlem inside the top 10, working its way up. So congratulations to New Politics. Harlem definitely deserves that. Just Like Me is another one of those raw punk energy tracks, and I love the feel that it gets off. It keeps building on intensity upon intensity. The vocal range keeps going a little bit higher each time around with the Just Like Me. Give Me Hope is another song that was actually found on their first album and I believe re-recorded, tweaked just a little bit for this record, A Bad Girl in Harlem. And once again, I'm a fan of the song. It's not one of my favorites, just like it wasn't on the other record. It was kind of, in the middle for me, like on the tracks I enjoyed but not loved. Stuck on You is one that I really enjoy. Not maybe so much the intro and like beginning of the song, but once we finally break into the song, get the chorus, we get some of the guitars kicking in, and especially the outro and the ending to the song, it reminds me of like early 2000s alternative style, the way the guitar is done on this track. There's a nice little guitar solo on Stuck on You, and just the way it's done, like I said, it's got that kind of like riffy guitar, and his vocals sound a little bit different, a little bit out of the ordinary, but overall it's definitely one of my favorites and one of the best songs on this album. Now there's definitely some songs that I'm not digging on this record, those being Die Together and of course Overcome. Those are the main two that I have a problem with on this record. Overcome especially. I mean, Die Together, okay, it starts off a little bit weird, kind of like talk style, and it breaks into the song, and that definitely redeems it a little bit. there's just not a ton there to get into, like lyrically or musically. And on Overcome, lyrically especially, it is just so cliche. We can do anything if we work together and all that type of jazz. It's just, I feel like a bunch of cliches are being put together into one song, and we can overcome. Definitely a thumbs down to that track. Fall Into These Arms closes the album out on a solid note, and it definitely incorporates a lot of the elements that we've seen throughout this record, while still a rock album at its heart, of course. It's definitely incorporated a lot of synth production and, a few electronic tinges here and there. Not really anything too crazy. They didn't go overboard, but Fall Into These Arms definitely has that synth line that you're gonna be hearing throughout the track. Overall favorites on this record: Harlem, Just Like Me, Berlin, Stuck on You, Tonight You're Perfect, and Goodbye Copenhagen. And I'm even enjoying Fall Into These Arms a lot more than I was originally. Overall, this record doesn't quite live up to their first album that just really got me into the band and really got me hyped up about them, but I'm still feeling a 4 out of 5 on this record. If you guys have heard A Bad Girl in Harlem, or if you're interested in it, or if you've heard at least the single, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below, and we'll get a discussion going. Keep checking back and make sure you subscribe. A lot of reviews on the way. Queens of the Stone Age, Man Overboard, Jimmy World, just to name a few of the ones that are on the way. There's so many coming within the next month because there's so many albums dropping. So make sure you subscribe here, and of course my side channel Beyond ARTV, and my website. All the links are in the description down below. I will see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching.